Hey guys, it's Echo here, just making a video. I've seen a lot of posts around Tumblr and Facebook and whatnot about tips for passing. I guess a lot of guys pre-T and even after T are having issues with passing, or, being called wrong pronouns and such. So I decided to make a video. If you have seen my transition timeline, then you know what I look like before. If you haven't, here's a picture for you. So if I can pass like that, then you can definitely pass. And I'm going to give you guys some tips, at least some things that worked for me pre-T and after T that helped me pass. The first thing I would say, which I would think would be kind of obvious, you never know, those situations are different and maybe you don't necessarily have this option if your family doesn't know or whatever, but try to avoid form-fitting clothes. If you have curves, any areas that you really don't, that are feminine hips or top or anything like that, maybe even thighs, try to avoid clothes that will accentuate that. Looser fitting jeans, maybe sag them a little, baggier shirts. For instance, I actually like wearing really feminine clothes. Like, I can't wait to have top surgery so I can wear V-necks, but I'm gonna have to put that off at least until I can have top surgery. So I would say that's number one. And number two, I'm not talking about clothes here. Let me just preface that by saying this. I would say be more comfortable in your femininity. If you think about it, even the media is geared towards really feminine-looking men. You see a lot of metal or hardcore bands, and the guys are usually smaller framed with softer features, and actually quite a few of them even wear makeup. Also, even the bigger muscular guys, usually they are hairless on their bodies, they wax or shave, and they have very pretty faces. So don't try so hard to be so man, because being FTM, I feel like, in a way, because feminine features, if you're an FTM that likes men, or if you're an FTM that likes women, sometimes women won't admit it, but a lot of them are attracted to the feminine things in men. So we got a natural advantage on that one. Just be a little more comfortable with yourself and your femininity. If someone misgenders you based off of your preferred pronoun, do not make a big reaction out of it. Body language is our biggest communication device. We actually pick up on body language cues more than we do verbal cues. Whether we notice it or not, that we're doing it, we do. So instead of making a big reaction to it or suddenly becoming, feeling like, oh, that everybody knows that feeling where it's like you're feeling good that day, you walk out of the house, you're in a good mood, and somebody says she, and immediately the walls come caving in on you. But if you look at them instead like they simply made a mistake, or you're confused on why they would call you she, usually they come back around and they realize they made a mistake because of your body language, and they'll typically either use non-gender descriptions like they, because they don't, they're on the borderline where they don't know, or they'll recognize, oh shit, I said she, they looked at me weird, it must not be a she, now I feel like an asshole, so they'll start using he. And so just don't make a huge reaction to it, just kind of brush it off and just be like, just look at them confused, and like, did you just call me a she? And it's not just us. I actually have quite a few cisgender friends that are smaller and more feminine. And I've been in a restaurant with a cisgendered friend where they called me he and they called him she. So you gotta remember, it's not just us in this. And so don't feel so bad when they call you she, or if they use mispronouns. Just brush it off and act like it was just a weird accident, and you're gonna forgive them for it. And usually they turn it around and change the pronouns. And tying back into the body language aspect, I would say this last thing that I'm going to talk about is, in my personal opinion, is probably one of, if not the biggest thing. And that is, make sure to just be confident. No offense, and I mean no offense when I say this, but indecisiveness, timid behavior, and insecurity, those traits are way more commonly found in women than they are in men. Which is the reason that leads me to believe that men do things like stupid things in general. For example, or pranking your friends within an inch of their life. And of course, setting shit on fire. When women do stupid things, it's usually an unplanned accident or something that seemed generally safe and reliable. Like this. Unless there's a male influence involved, and then it may turn out a bit more like this. So hopefully that helped you guys. If you have any questions or comments or anything, Tumblr, Facebook, YouTube, whatever the case may be, just send them my way. Alright, see you guys later.